Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
ACE is made up of thousands of entrepreneurs with a passion for supporting innovation. With more than 5,000 locally owned stores worldwide, we help supply resources and tools for neighborhood makers and inventors.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
For more than 30 years, QVC has been dedicated to finding and supporting innovators, inventors, and entrepreneurs. Our shopping experiences help entrepreneurs bring their products to life and share compelling stories of grit, determination, and creativity.
Previously on Make48.
Would it have the bottom on it?
It would have the bottom.
After getting challenged with the product category, outdoor entertainment, the teams immediately got to work. Then they took a trip to a local hardware store to pick up materials for their prototypes.
Make your file selections and we'll see you at the checkout.
Welcome to Make48. Everyone's got a big idea. As the teams approach the halfway point in the competition, they must present their ideas to a focus group of industry experts. This is their opportunity to get feedback from professionals who've been in their shoes.
I'm the CEO of Handy Camel. We license inventions from inventors from all over the world, and it's my job as basically a general contractor to take that product from prototype all the way to retail or e-commerce. So we're about to walk into the focus group. It's the first time I'm going to see these products. I have not seen them for the first 24 hours of the competition. The purpose of the focus group is really simple. Most teams are confused if they're on the right track, and we are simply that last decision makers for them to give them some guidance. We've got our good friends from Wet and Forget, Adam, Teresa, are on there, who we highly respect for retail and for merchandising advice. Simon Parker, he's a guy with great insight to products for Europe and for the United Kingdom. And Nisha, we've brought in Nisha. She's obviously involved with the product design side.
Dude, the focus group, I ain't gonna lie, I was nervous. We all walked in there.
It's the A-team. Hey, again, boys.
It's like a dark room. It's like you're meeting a bunch of thugs in the alley. It's real dark in a big open area, and big old tall table, everybody hanging around it. And they were just so nice.
We got the table buddy. When you having like a gathering and you got like your tablecloth out, and then when you're done with it, all you gotta do is roll it up. And this is the trash can right here, the trash bag. You just roll everything over into the trash bag, and you're done with that.
It has it already pre-printed, like if you want to play poker, blackjack, or whatever. Nobody wants you playing on their poker table and dropping food, getting ketchup on it, barbecue sauce. It ain't no big deal with this thing because it's throwaway. You can sit there at the end as a trash can. If you want to sit there and eat your shrimp, your crabs, whatever, you eat them, you just throw it, and you're good to go. It brings a dead table outside to life.
Yeah, I'm not sure about the game part of it. I think that's interesting. I mean, but if you're having a tailgate, things like that, license it. You know, it's your favorite football team.
The sky's the limit on what you want to print on it.
Right.
I'd figure it'd be like, they will ask you hard questions. They were going to beat you up. They asked one or two questions, and that's basically it. So I felt really good about it. But sometimes you can get overconfident.
So real quick, what our pitch is we're coming up with a disposable knife. It's called the Squirt and Spread. No one likes a soggy sandwich. So what this is it's a grab and go knife that has squirtable jelly and peanut butter at the right size portion that you can take to go.
We have prototypes, they're not the fanciest things. It almost looks like a ketchup packet just super glued to a disposable knife.
We have a lot of we came up with this sort of design. They kind of look like ketchup packets, like your Lunchable. You build your own pizza. Here you're just building your own PB&J. Kids love PB&J. Let them build it themselves. Why do the parents have to make it?
Having a knife and having the sachet cut from the bag, it can be a little messy, but we don't have this part, and we just use this part to squeeze it and spread it.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Back in the pits, the teams continue working on their prototypes. California's inventor maniacs test their outdoor water toy, the Spongy Blaster.
So Inventor Maniacs is another family team, father, wife, and son.
Right now, the sponges go in here for my sponge gun. I'm gonna have another reservoir over here for water, and I need a tube to go from the sponge magazine over to the water reservoir. So I'm working on this, trying to figure out how to do this to get this in here and over in here.
I definitely could see the father has the invention bug in him. Now, young man, you have small hands. Here you go. Put that washer on that bolt. Can you do that? Oh, you brought the ammo. We're gonna try it real quick. And then you talk to the son, and you just see that spark in his eye. He's like his dad, very creative. We'll do it together. Ready? No?
Oh no!
That's just your handle. Not sealed. Your sponges aren't right. You need to make your sponges tighter.
Tighter?
Yeah, see how loose they are?
I think what we're hoping to get mainly is, to get to know some of these other people, do some networking, figure out what our, opportunities are going forward, to kind of expand our knowledge and see what's really out there. So they need to be bigger?
They need to be bigger than the barrel. See how I can do that? It's too small.
It's not really working as well as we thought it would. The problem with us is we don't have enough air hitting it, and there's some leaks.
Basically what we're doing is we're taking and this just came off the 3D printer. This is like a jet turbine that's inside the engine. So we're gonna take all that air, and with this we can articulate it up and down so that we can kind of get the right angle. So when you have 3 of these around a fire, you can shoot them into the next stream of air, and it creates that vortex.
I wrote down way too complicated.
Too complicated.
The problem is you've got 3 of them. It's going to take up half the fireplace. I know. You're going to be looking at contraptions.
Was that actual size?
Right.
Was that?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Because that was big.
And to manufacture and produce it.
Right.
So far what we have is it's a portable picnic type tray plate. Has a lid. So you'd come in, you'd open the lid up. Inside you have room for your food, drink, utensils, game pieces. Inside the lid will be a game board, magnetic game board. On the outside of the lid will be another magnetic game board. There's a flashlight on the bottom that's magnetically attached to the bottom of it, so it's something to hold on to and stable. When you're walking in the woods at night or the beach or someplace, you can light your footpath.
What's the purpose of the games? You're eating food whenever you want.
It's just a social aspect to it.
They didn't see having games and food together. It was a bit disappointing, but you know what? We've had positive feedback from everyone that's come over to our table and explained it to them, so we're just trudging through.
Yeah, I just don't see myself purchasing that. There was too many things going on, I think. It's just the whole flashlight, the pole, the games.
Because if I'm eating, and then I'm pushed to the side.
Right. Exactly.
In order to get their prototype completed, the A-team engaged an off-site print shop. Now they're ready to unveil their Table Buddy.
They could not print it for us while we were here. Nobody could do it for us here. So we had to seek outside help to get this to going on. And what's going to be on this right here is the different ideas that you can have on top of your Table Buddy. You ready? Bro. Gotcha. Woo! That's what I'm talking about right there, buddy. Pull on back your way. Okay. Oh, yes. That's it. That's it. Ones we have. That's it. That is it.
Well, what we have is a fun game for tailgating, and we argue all the time who has the best team. So we said, okay, let's make this interesting and let's put some skin in the game.
So is this like a one-piece outfit that you're wearing?
Well, this is multiple pieces, so you got to figure.
It's a one piece.
Cover Pop is going to be a personal little changing station that's going to be about 3 foot in diameter, and it'll deploy by itself.
If that collapses really flat, which it will, let's sell them on board to all those people going away on holiday.
And any size cup,
any shape, to a limit. It's going to hold on to it, and you've got a handle, and best of all, you can carry 5 at a time.
Carry up to 5, and they interlock to make one unified handle.
Question for you.
Yes, sir.
So they're all got this attached whichever way, right?
The outside, so you can see your...
Is there a reason why there is not a bottom on it and it just drops on the top?
Absolutely. Because you've got bigger items.
So to take it out, you just pull it from the top out?
You can just pull it straight out.
This is the Wedgie All-in-One Comfort Lounger. We're going to give you a demo with the model first and then show you the full size. Starting as a lounger, what we thought would be nice would be to have a shape like so. This is a pillow and this is a pillow. So you put this down. This is a fabric pillow. So you lay with your butt this way. Your body's up this way. You have a nice pillow, so you're getting a nice angle. But if you want to turn it into a seat, just do this. Now you're more of an upright position. You're sitting here, but now you've got a canopy. If you don't want the canopy, it just flops down. Now you've got a backrest. But the final use, we thought, because our hinges have like a 4-inch drop, you can do this, and now you've got, fold this way, a full lounge like a camp cot. When you're done, it folds completely flat. So when you're storing it or putting it anywhere, we've measured this is going to be like 3 inches or so.
Well, that was interesting. First of all, we really weren't at a stage where we were beyond explaining it. We brought our pieces. I don't think they were able to catch the idea so much. So we're going for most improved. I don't know if we're going to win, but when for the final presentation, they're going to see it.
It's just I just don't think it's niche enough for people to like, oh my god, I need to have that.
I just think there was too much going on there.
Too much, yeah.
Because I'm a simple guy, I'll just get whatever crappy chair I can find and sit down.
Throughout the event, the teams are given access to a wide variety of digital prototyping techniques, including CNC routers, laser cutters, and 3D printers. After getting feedback from the focus group, the Porch Pirates continue work on their prototype. They utilize several rapid prototyping techniques.
Porch Pirates approached me about helping them build their prototype. They had come up with a basic design, and we went and talked to the CNC guy about how we would make those parts.
CNC digital fabrication is what's called subtractive technology. We take a big block of material, wood or plastic or soft metals, and we remove material to get the part that you want.
After discussing it with him, he says, well, the shape of the product, you don't have to get real basic. You can create as elaborate shape as you want.
The beauty of digital fabrication is that complexity comes for free. So it's very exciting to be able to design a part in a CAD program in 2 dimensions or 3 dimensions, and then actually produce that part very rapidly on an affordable digital tool.
Then we decided how we were going to design it and what materials we were going to use. And we used some laser cutting as well to laser cut some plastics that we could stack up and make the top half that we were looking to make.
So how thick a material would that thing cut? It could cut up to ½ an inch. Can you believe that? You're not kidding. Pretty incredible.
That's really super cool.
Exciting.
We'll get that, we'll get all the parts, assemble them together, we'll make the lid for the tray system.
And then we can put in
guy,
the LEDs.
Travis did such a great job with the CAD system for designing it all. It was really great. We just drew it up and they did it.
So this is a 48-hour snapshot of everything you need to do. How do you get this product from A to Z? We're trying to do that now with something else, and so this is really going to help us reinforce and learn some new things.
It'll be an education for us.
So we're Inventor Maniacs. We're from California, and we have invented
the
Sponge Blaster.
So this is the latest design we came up with. It kind of resembles this. So you can see that you would pull this back, and there would be water that's transferred over to these sponges, and the point is to put dry sponges in here without having to wet them first and then shooting them out.
So there's going to be another reservoir right here we haven't put on yet. Yep. So hold the gun for a second there, Carl. It's going to be a reservoir right here. There's going to be a handle underneath here, and then you pick it up, I'll pick it up and I'll hold this. Now pull back, push. They're going to load, they come down and load, and then push hard. and it's going to shoot the sponge out.
And it won't be able to
So it'll
come
be a
out like
sponge,
that, though.
Sponge war.
And then we haven't.
So the sponge is wet, and it therefore should fly a lot further and a lot harder.
It'll have
Yeah.
weight to it, yeah.
Whose idea was this? Whose idea was this?
Yeah, they all knocked
He's
me
the
down.
future
I'm the
engineer,
inventor,
so.
and
Try to tomorrow. Try to, like I say, video a test that you've proved it works, and then try to. Yeah, this is a great way to test it and make a prototype, and try to show it on the stage.
The inertia forces representing North Carolina work hard to finish their prototype before their focus group. They ask Bob to help them test the Speedy CD.
Now I just want to ask you, when we went from that whole rod thing here, this system, I wanted to test it. Can I have that piece of wood right there?
You want me to sit on it?
I would like to see if this.
300 and some pounds?
I'd just like to see. I want to see you sit on that. Because that was my.
Let's see, the big fat guy.
Yeah, just switch it around if it's. That's what I'm talking about.
So the top of the LED lighting is like a
Is going to be able to be
pivoting-
adjustable
It
to
fits
the
in like a
customer.
snap. And so that's one of the claims we're making in our patent too, is that you snap them in, but then you can go like that, or you can push them down.
So you can angle.
Yeah.
Very simply put, Speedy CD.
This would
Speedy
lock on top. We haven't got
table.
CNC yet.
Team CNC, so do you want to go ahead?
Yeah.
So the problem
He's Colin and I'm Chris.
that we are solving is basically being able to chill drinks faster from ambient, like so from let's say warm, like room temperature. And so the idea we have is basically to use motion to do that. So you would have a device inside that would basically be a tray that would hold cans. And for demonstration, we only have 2 slots on this, but it would be like a 6-pack. It would sit in the cooler and use kind of a motorized unit under it, which we're still producing, but basically it does an elliptical kind of motion to this entire device, which as it's in ice water, it actually decreases the time it takes to cool it down. Yeah, so we're not trying to spin the whole thing, we're basically trying to agitate it to a point that it moves enough, you know, that volume inside that it kind of does the same.
Make the drink explode when you.
No,
it actually doesn't.
Yeah, how fast are you talking?
Yeah.
Well,
that's a good
Show us
question.
with your hand. Let's have
So we did yeah,
Right? Yes.
about like this.
Oh, that fast?
Just doing this, basically agitating it to this extent. In a minute, it was 8 degrees colder. That's putting one just dunked in ice and one in ice and agitating.
They absolutely asked some good questions to give us things to think about as far as testing out our prototypes and figuring out what they need to provide us as far as answers.
I was just thinking that if you have just one plate, one single plate,
Yeah.
and the whole thing moves like that,
And if you just had
right? I mean, why do we
little
need
holes
such
All right.
so much plastic? and
Right.
stuff?
Well, they're going to be separated so the ice cubes can fall in between.
No, that's fine,
But
but
you
you
get that
can
anyway.
have.
You're saying just
What?
have a surface, a plane.
Yeah.
So they're not held.
They're not held, and it's just like plain surface. You can have small plastic balls, so they're not like touching each other.
So we've now seen all 12 products. So we've got some great advice from our mentors and from the focus group of where they should pivot and what they should do, how to improve, what to eliminate. These teams are at the 24-hour point. They've got a long way to go. They're going to engage the tool techs and make the ugly duckling a nice little swan, and then it's off to the presentations and let's see what happens.
With focus groups finished, the teams turn their attention to building their websites and writing their presentations.
Today, you have to have a web presence, as we think of it, not just a site, but a web presence for anyone to be successful.
We need to be able to get this cell sheet imagery into this as well as the language. And we also need to embellish the website so that we can say, with the hurricanes that have passed through recently, FEMA is in dire need of our products because it's flat packs and it can be shipped out easy, so on and so forth. Or we can, on the website, we can create more buzz by saying plastic, metal, wood, any product, And then, of course, any form.
The earlier you can get online, the better, because you've got this amazing forum just waiting for you of feedback and interaction. I think I've got a particular sort of content layout that I think corresponds well to
Sure, show me what you've got.
your 3, just as a basic kind of way to start visualizing this. You can see there's actually, they're families of fonts, so they change a little bit.
Yeah, okay, I get it now, yeah.
So fun.
Oh, yeah, you know what? Actually, yeah, that's what I really want to see is Speedy, Seedy. And now we can look at the text on that. All right, so where it says our awesome team, why don't we put the 1-sentence benefit statement in there? So we'll have you sittin' pretty, and sittin' is S-I-T-T-I and then apostrophe.
It's usually N apostrophe.
N apostrophe,
Yeah, it's usually.
yeah.
So once we've got those photos, I'll help you guys get all the photos loaded in place.
Yeah.
If you want to change again, change layouts, if there's some other layout that you like. Starting and growing a business with the modern internet is really different than it used to be. There are a lot of tools out there and you want to use them all. To really drive traffic to your site and drive traffic to your business, get on Google My Business if you're a local business. Get on every social media platform and make sure your content is accurate. Get on the listings, get on, on Yelp and Foursquare and everywhere you can get. Make sure that content is accurate and up to date. Google your own name, and see what comes back and proactively groom that content out there. Google advertising, is really quite cost effective. Facebook advertising is quite cost effective. You can test things for a very small amount of money and see what's gonna work.
The tool techs and the teams continue working late into the night. With the 48-hour deadline getting closer, the teams still have a lot to accomplish.
As co-founder and head tool tech, because I put these guys together, I found and organized these tool techs who are fantastic, but I feel kind of bad sometimes with that title because they do the work. These guys are awesome, and they're so good that there's oftentimes I don't have to do that much. They love what they do, they're passionate, they take care of everybody. They make this stuff happen. They get the prototypes done, and we've had to do this a few times now, and got to do it a few times, and each time it gets a little smoother and a little better run machine. And I think it's showing a lot here. Everything just seems to be going extremely smoothly.
So we are looking for some help designing a stand for our presentation tomorrow.
Is this another function?
Oh yeah. See, once you've changed and your swimsuit's in there, your wet towel's in there, you're gonna flip this mesh bag over. It's a way to carry all your stuff.
Oh, that is brilliant.
IR value shield are the actual thermoelectric plates. That's creating your voltage, that's running your fans, that's creating the vortex, that's keeping the smoke out of your eyes so that you can see my brilliance.
Challenge is the hinges, right? So we've got, you'd have to put a leg here. So we've got that challenge. The hinges you can see flipping around. So that's when Dave had his idea.
Okay. And this is where, after being up for 18 hours, I went back, took a shower. Actually, Eric gave me permission to take a shower. I think because I smelled so bad.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, okay, I'm really just getting your mind off of things. So I'm walking back and I'm thinking, okay, obviously the hinges are a problem. So, and it really just makes it kind of like a regular lounge chair. So what can we do differently? So we thought after all the hard work that Stan did welding these things, we can just trash the hinges. Let's just get rid of the hinges. It still has a nice metal frame and use a strip of cloth for each of the attachments.
It took us a little while to kind of get the ratio right of teams to tools to techs, right? You have to make sure that the right kind of resources are allocated, but I think we've got that mix right. And this time around, we're seeing it because all these teams are moving faster along that timeline. So I'm expecting big things tomorrow based on what I've seen so far.
On the next Make 48.
I think right where you're standing, we put our sun and waves, because that'll show.
The teams create their marketing materials and put the finishing touches on their presentations.
Be able to see the things. I understand, but you keep going off, and we need to hurry up.
Welcome to Make 48, Everyone's got a big idea.
Stanley Black & Decker provides tools and services around the globe to help turn great ideas into reality and to help us shape the world we live in. We proudly support programming that inspires invention, innovation, and hard work. Together with Make48, we're providing men and women the tools and resources to build a better world. Stanley Black & Decker, for those who make the world.
ACE is made up of thousands of entrepreneurs with a passion for supporting innovation. With more than 5,000 locally owned stores worldwide, we help supply resources and tools for neighborhood makers and inventors.
ACE is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
For more than 30 years, QVC has been dedicated to finding and supporting innovators, inventors, and entrepreneurs. Our shopping experiences help entrepreneurs bring their products to life and share compelling stories of grit, determination, and creativity.
To learn more about the invention process and to get to know the teams, visit Make48.com.